Okay, so we have a question from Stan, which is the plan to expand the current campus as grades are added, or will you eventually get your own space?
That is a really great question. What we know right now is our placement at MCT is to be determined beyond this first year. So as we get more information about that, I'm happy to share it out. But I would be excited about expanding and calling a space our home. So thank you for that question, Stan.
And then the next question we have is from the Mills family, which says, have any decisions been made regarding uniforms?
They have not. So, this is an awesome opportunity for us to hear from you, your perspective on uniforms, dress code. It's very important to me that we understand from the voices of our students and our families um, what your ideas are. So, please email Robert F. Smith at dpsk12.org to share your thoughts. I really want this to be a collaborative process. So, thank you for that question.
And then Denise asks, what is the cap on number of students for this first year?
A million. No, I'm being silly. We are looking to welcome as many students as we can hold. And so I don't want to put any limit or block on the capacity. Um, so I will leave it at that. As we near those numbers, we'll share out that data in real time, but there's room still in our inaugural class.
All right. And then Justin asks, what is your enrollment target for the first year? I don't know if that was already answered or if you'd like to expound more on that.
So our enrollment target from the district is 125, but the goal is really 150 and beyond. So super excited about the opportunity to grow past what and exceed expectations that others have for us, and knowing that this is an amazing school model.
And we have a question from Elaine, which says, what are the tentative start and end times?
Again, once I get direction from the Department of Transportation and get the pickup and drop off times for the Success Express, we will share that information broadly. We don't have it yet, but as soon as we get it and get some times finalized, it will be shared.
Diane asks, will we offer a counselor? What communication services will be used?
We will have a guidance counselor. In terms of communication services, if you can give a little bit more detail about what you mean so I can be sure to answer your question fully, that would be very helpful.
And then another question we have from the Mills family is, what is the target class size?
Again, that's contingent upon enrollment, but my goal is to not have larger than 30, larger than 25. But again, the scheduling is contingent upon our enrollment numbers, and then we create a solution. If we exceed our enrollment, then we create a solution from there.
Next, Queen Lee asks, do you know the date to finalize transportation? We live in Southeast Denver.
I was told in mid-February that should be the deadline, so I have a follow-up meeting with them. Again, as soon as I get that information, we can share it broadly. And if you would like to share your email directly to me, I'll make sure that I get in contact with you so that you have time to plan accordingly.
And Denise asks, will you follow the traditional DPS calendar?
Currently, that's in the works, but in terms of start and end dates in the school year, I believe that's what we're moving forward toward. But we'll communicate that if any changes arise. The concrete start and end dates for our school year, our start and end times for the school day when we have them.
All right, and then we do have a follow-up from Diane from the question before. What communication services will be used, like Dojo for communication, email, etc.?
Okay, thank you. So I'm happy to hear back from families what they prefer. There's Remind apps, there's messaging from Infinite Campus, emails, phone calls. So please share with us what you would prefer. Again, wanting to be able to do something and use a system that is easy to understand and navigate. So if you can share that feedback with us, that would be really helpful.
And then the Mills family asks, what is the mascot and school colors?
So as you can see on our screen, well, hopefully you can see my screen, orange and blue are the colors that we decided upon, and our mascot is a lion. So it just speaks to the pride of what we're doing and the boldness associated with that as well.
And then I did see Brandon Pryor did write the Lions and orange and blue. So thank you for answering that.
We're on the same page.
We don't have any other questions in the chat. I don't know if anyone else still, oh, sorry, another one just popped up. So we have another one that says, will Robert F. Smith support IEPs?
Yes. So through our intentional in kind of intervention style supports in math and English, that would be real-time feedback. And the goal is to have the special service. Oh my goodness, words are hard in this moment. The goal is to have the special education teacher and the gifted and talented teacher facilitate professional learning for all staff members to ensure that the accommodations and the needs of those students are met, not just in math and literacy, but across all content areas. So yes, we will support IEPs, 504 plans, and safety plans for students as well.
All right, I don't have any other questions in the chat. If anyone else does have more questions, we do still have a little bit of time if you'd like to ask them. All right, we have another question from Justin says, or yes, it says setting up a new school is challenging enough. So thank you for undertaking the filling of this very necessary need. Any thoughts yet on partnerships with community organizations in the area of mentorship or outreach?
Yes, I do have ideas, but because you asked the question, I would love for you to share them with me too, because two two sets of ideas are greater than one. But would love to get connected with. I think about Urban League when I think about the Divine Nine presence that's in the Denver metro area through their youth groups like Kappa League, Ivy League, Delta Gems. Um, there's so many organizations that are serving the Montbello community and the Denver community at large and want to be connected with them. So um, any ideas that you have or connections, to, I would love to be bridged with them. So thank you for asking that question.
Okay, and then we have time for one last question, which is from Elaine wanting to know which electives we'll offer.
Right now, we're slated to offer physical education, arts, music, so art like visual arts and performing arts like music. And then concurrent enrollment classes can also, depending on which ones, but for ninth grade right now, those would be considered elective courses. And those would be defined as we begin to onboard our founding teaching staff. And so that's really exciting, but those are the ones that we're slated to offer.